I'd like to give you a whistle-stop tour of our freely available NHS distro, which is available under an open source license built in Drupal 8. The idea of this distribution is that you could use it for any public-facing website, like as a site for your CCG or your NHS trust. We're also pleased to announce that we've added in some intranet functionality as well, which I will demo to you shortly. So just to point out some of the key features of this site. As you'll see, we've included the NHS Choices widget, which you can use to search for local services in your area. So there are the nearest doctor's surgeries to the Miggle office in Brighton. We've also got a generic search box which you can use to search the content of the site. So that links me through to the doctor's note page, having searched for the term doctor. We go back to the home page. You'll see that we've included the latest news stories in the right hand column. We've also added a link to the Twitter feed. There are also links to social media profiles at the bottom of the page as well. You'll also notice that we've got links to terms and conditions, privacy policy, cookie policy, accessibility policy, and some information on how to get freedom of information requests. The site is split into certain sections. It's really easy for you to add new sections in, and we'll show you this later when we demo the CMS functionality. If we take a look at the Who You Are section, go to our board and management committee, you'll see that there are a list of all of the doctors that make up this local CCG, and I'll show you how to add one of those in a moment. We also have a news page which lists all of the latest news stories, and again I can show you how we'd add one of those. And then we have a contact us page which has all of the contact information and also includes a form, and that form could either direct through to a website in your office, or it could populate a database internally in the content management system. On the news page you'll also see that if you go to any individual story, and in fact you can do this on any page, that we've added social media sharing buttons as well, so that you could share any one of these particular stories with your social media profile. So there's an example of that here. So let's say that you also want to use this site as a staff intranet. So you'll notice at the top that we've put a username and password login box. So if I now go and log in with the username of staff and staff, what you're going to see appear here after I log in is a new link going to appear that is going to take us to that restricted information, which is effectively the link to your staff intranet. So there you'll see I've got a link called internal site, and if I click on that you'll see that I've then got particular entries under that internal site. So I've got a human resources menu, and then if I click on that you'll see that I've got another subsection that I can go to as well. Now the other thing that you'll notice that we've added in by default is we've added review dates as well. So the date of when the article was last published becomes the last review date, and you could also set a next review date, and again we'll show you that in the back end shortly. So I'm now going to log into the content management system. So you'll see that I get a menu bar at the top, and that menu bar will give me access to all of the content management tools. Now actually managing content is even more straightforward than that, because you can actually manage it in the front end. So if I want to change the title of this page, now I want to change this content here, you'll see that I can do that. And so I've changed my title, I've bolded that line, and I've added a new line of content there as well. Let's say I want to change the review date of this home page, so its next review date is on the 10th of September 2017. So let's edit this page. Let's change the review date to November. Save and publish that. And you'll now see that that review date has changed to November. So all pretty easy and straightforward. I'm now going to show you how simple it is to create a new piece of content. So I'm actually going to create a key staff member. I'll call him Dr. John Smith. A little bit of information about him. I'm going to upload an image for him as well. Add in my alt text for good accessibility and search engine optimization. Now you'll notice here that I can create things as drafts, or I can create them and save them for review by another member of staff, but I'm just going to go straight ahead for the moment and publish this one. Actually, you also notice as well that we can add in a scheduled date, so if I wanted this content to go live, say tomorrow morning, I could add a scheduled date in there as well. But for now, I'm just going to publish this one straight away. And now if we go back to who we are, look at our board and management committee, you'll see that Dr. John Smith appears under that board and management committee page, and then I can link through to his individual page. We could just quickly have a look at the news page. So here's our news page. If we want to add a new news story, now this time I'll use a file that already exists in my image library. So let's take that one here, use that picture, again add in my alt text for good SEO and accessibility, save and publish that. I'll go back to my news site, you'll see that I've got my new news story at the top as well. Now on this Get Involved page, I'll show you how we can also add documents so that users can download those. Now those documents might be available as a public document or as an internal document, but I'm just going to show you how to do it with a public document for now. So I'm going to create a new download. I'm going to select that file from my PC. So there's my PDF. There's my file. There's my description of that download. And I'm going to relate it to the Get Involved page. So if you see, as I start to type the word get, it searches for any page that has get in it, shows me that the Get Involved is an option. And again, I can go and publish that. So it's now created that. Download there. If I go to my Get Involved page, you'll now see that under related downloads, I have a link to be able to download that document, which you can see I've just downloaded to my browser and then opened up. Now let's assume that we want to add a new top level menu section to the menu bar here on the top of the page. So how would we do that? Well, let's say we want to create a section called Community. So to do that, we would go to content, add content. So I'm going to add a basic page. I'm going to call that page community. Now under menu settings, I can provide a menu link for this. The menu link defaults to the name of the page, community, and I'm happy with that. And in terms of where I want that menu to live, I'll have it living on the main navigation. You can see that I could also put this page onto the footer, and I could also put it into other sections of the site as well. But I'm going to have it on the main navigation. I'm going to give it a weight of 3, which probably means that it will appear somewhere in the middle of that menu that I've got set up. And now I'm going to save and publish it. And now, as you can see, I've got a community top level section in my menu with my community page. If you want to find out more about the solution that we've made available, you can find out about it on our blog. We've got a blog post here about our NHS CCG website being freely available at beta. There's some links on where you can download it, so I'll just open those now and then I'll quickly show you what those are. And there's also a comment that I put in a couple of weeks ago which talks about our plans for actually formalising more of a roadmap so that we'll be able to talk more regularly about the new features that we've made available in this solution. So if this is a solution that you'd be interested in using, all you need to do is point your developers to this URL on GitHub, and there they can download the source code. The solution is fully documented on GitBooks, so we've got full online documentation in terms of an introduction, what you need to do to get set up, how you would install the site, and then also some guide on editing pages, which covers some of the things that I've shown you on this video. And then finally, nhsdistro.miggle.co.uk will always show you the latest version of the distribution that we have publicly available. Obviously this is a work in progress, it's still fairly early days, but already, as you can see, this would form the basis of a useful system that you could use to build public-facing websites, to be able to build internal intranets for your staff, and to be able to use it to manage content, news content, listings of your staff, and to be able to upload private and public documents for download. If at any point we can be of assistance with using this, do please get in contact with us. You can email us on info@miggle.co.uk, or you can call us on 0800 043 6443. That's info@miggle.co.uk or 0800 043 6443. Thank you very much for watching this video. Bye bye.